It's the Mark and HooGie Show. Featuring this week's guest, Kickasso.
Hey, it's the Mark and HooGie Show, and HooGie sporting our brand new Mark and HooGie masks. Beautiful. Just
you don't know, but I'm smiling under this. I got the biggest smile right now.
They're top quality masks too, thanks to buyfromyourcouch.com, one of our great sponsors. Thanks to all of our sponsors. But if you want to get one of those masks, just hit HooGie up. Hit us up on well, there you go, our social.
Any of our socials. Any of these socials right here, my personal social, reach out to me anytime. Yep. Pick up your very own official Mark and HooGie mask.
We've sold a lot of them already. People love the masks.
They do.
We had to order more because we sold out of the first batch.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign, you know? So we have a big guest on our show today. Huge guest. And I'm super pumped for it because it's actually not a musician.
For once. Yeah.
I know, and that makes me happy. We're changing it up a little bit. But HooGie actually had something done by him before. He had his own kicks made by this guy.
Look at my smile.
Kickasso, he is going to be joining us on the show today. You've seen his work before, KickassoTV. This dude doesn't only deal with shoes, but you've been in like this car that he painted as well. We'll have to mention that when we got him on. And dude, this guy's big. He's worked with some of the biggest celebrities in the world as well.
It's insane, that whole, cult shoe thing. Unless you know of it, like,
right.
Yeah, it's next
Absolutely.
level.
So
I'm still smiling.
I can't tell if you're smiling still. So, but there you go. It's the Mark and HooGie Show. Oh, there we go. Look at those pearly whites. The Mark and HooGie Show. Our guest this week, Kickasso.
I'm Kickasso, the Picasso of kicks. I'm an artist in downtown LA, taking the most popular shoes and turning them into the most custom, one-of-a-kind. Well, you probably already know.
And here we go. It is the Mark and HooGie Show with Troy Kickasso Cole joining us today. A little change up from normally we have musicians on the show, but kind of changing it up a little bit this week. And if you're, I guess if you're a fan of sneakers, customized kicks, right, stuff like that, tattoos, pretty much anything to do with
cars.
Art. And yes, cars.
Yeah.
You know who this guy is, dude. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, man.
I appreciate it, man. Anytime I have an excuse to talk to you guys is a good one. Let's do it.
It's crazy. I never really, I guess, knew how big the sneaker industry was, the customized sneaker industry, until really it was the past few months. And actually I was watching, there's a Disney Plus show called, it's Jeff Goldblum's show on Disney Plus. My son obviously has Disney Plus. And Jeff Goldblum has a show on there. And every show he talks about like different things. So he has one about coffee and tattoos. And then there was one about sneakers. And I watched it and I'm like, oh my God, people are paying like tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes like over $100,000 for a pair of sneakers. And I'm like, wow, this is a huge business.
Yeah, that is true. The hype used to be a little bit bigger than it is now. I think everybody's kind of gotten used to, what we're doing, but the market is huge. It's a subculture that, the collectors are not afraid to, shell out their hard-earned cash for it.
Yeah. And even like, what is it? Sneaker Con is a thing. Like,
yeah.
It's just amazing. It's a world that, probably a lot of people don't know about unless you're into sneakers, right? It's like, if you're into candy, there's Candy Con and and NAM, right? Like if you're a musician, you go to NAM and people who have
porn has their own thing too,
Oh yeah, there's a porn with HooGie frequents. And so
it's actually the same weekend as NAM, so you can't get to both. I think they do it on purpose because too many musicians would probably end up there.
Yeah. Sure.
But how did this all start with you? How'd you get into art and then into sneakers and cars and doing all of this? I mean, where did it all start?
Well, I'll be perfectly honest. Sneakers were I don't want to say an accident. I've always been into sneakers. But I basically it's a little over a decade ago, I put my love of sneakers with art. And it's been a long road, but now I can make my living at it, which is pretty cool. So growing up, I was never lucky enough to be able to afford like nice shoes, things like that. So I would basically draw on my shoes. It started then. And then, my love of art, I mean, it's been something in me like from as long as I can remember. I won my first art contest in second grade. And from there, it's always what I've done. And then the car thing has been, my full-time job, before sneakers. So, basically my early 20s into later 20s was all cars and building hot rods and motorcycles and stuff like that. Body shop work. Basically around 2011, I was able to sell the body shop and kind of give myself a little bit of time to figure out what I wanted to do. And I started basically painting canvas work of shoes. And they started selling. And this is just about the time that Instagram came about. So I was selling like the artwork on Instagram. And then, somebody suggested, hey, why don't you paint on a pair of shoes? An actual and then that's how it started. And then it became this thing. People were interested in it. And then, celebrities got on board, athletes, and just snowballed. It just slowly grew from there.
Yeah, I wanted to mention the celebrities and athletes who you've worked with. You've worked with some of the biggest celebrities and athletes in the world. And it's got to be kind of, I'm sure you never expected any of this to happen, for it to just kind of blow up and into this, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that was, it wasn't a goal, but once it started to happen, I was like, okay, wow, maybe this is something. And basically one celebrity or athlete leads into the next and the next. And, the word gets around and, someone say, hey, yeah, that's the guy you need to go to. And then that's basically how it happens. As long as you're treating those guys good and you're giving them good work, that's all they want.
Nice.
Yeah, it's almost like music venues too, right? Like there's some of these smaller music venues. There's a famous one in Flint, Michigan. It's called the Machine Shop, and it's small, but somehow they get huge bands, and everybody's like, how does this place get these bands? And it's like, because they treat them well, they pay them well, and it's a good sound, obviously, as well. But it's all comes down to they're nice people there. The owner's just awesome, and he treats everybody well. And so then that's why bands continue to go there. And it's like there's a lot of those venues, right?
Yeah, it's just about relationships. Yeah, it's pretty much what it amounts to. As long as you're a decent person and you're not an asshole, then most of the time, people gravitate, and the work has to be there as well. It's got to be quality work, and I pride myself on being able to kind of capture what people are looking for in a different type of way. It's not just about slapping a character on a side of a shoe or on a canvas or something like that. It's all about making something that speaks to them and can kind of get their personality across. And I think that's what I've really connected with and have been able to do well.
Dude, sorry to interrupt. I got to say, like, that is something that you've hit out of the park. As you a few years ago, you surprised me with something, and I'm going to pull them into the shot here. A set of Canadian shoes.
Yeah.
The Nike check is a hockey stick. It's got A on the side.
Yeah.
Look at those.
Like, Yeah. If you visit me at work, I've got a lot of Captain Canuck toys over the years from fans that bring them out. And he even nailed it down with the sorry, little bottle of maple syrup on this one.
Look at that.
There's a little Timmy's on this one right there.
Oh, man.
But like, I can't even, just the words you gave me these that day and my jaw dropped. It was just an amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about, being able to, and I also like to make them wearable, something that isn't like, like gaudy or, so it's something you would want to wear on a special occasion, right?
Well, I the day you gave them to me, I was going to NAMM that night to a Canadian party. So it worked out great. I wore them to the Canadian party.
You were the star of that party.
The only other time I've worn them is on Canada Day when I'm at home, because I won't bring them on the road with me.
Yeah.
So I was home for Canada Day last year, and I popped them out then, and I wore them that day too. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what it's about. See that smile on your face? Yeah. That's why I do it.
So how long would something like that take you to do?
I mean, I had them done in a day, I think,
Wow.
It wasn't crazy. It wasn't hard.
Huh.
It's not that time consuming, honestly. It's just a little shoe. So, painting a car is much more time consuming.
Yeah.
So, it's about, coming up with a little idea and just kind of going with it. I probably have 5-6 hours into HooGie shoes. Yeah, not too bad.
And then you also have the TV show as well, KickassoTV. How did that whole thing come about? You're like, I got a TV show. I forgot.
Yeah, it's like, we did basically it started on Facebook Watch. I had a production company approach me and say, hey, I think you got something here. Let's try to do something. And we did. I mean, I think we did 12 episodes so far. And then they started out on Facebook Watch, and then Fuse, the TV channel, bought it. So then it went on to Fuse, and now it's on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
So you can get it. You just type in Kickasso, and boom, you'll see my ugly mug. And then you can watch Chris Bosh, some famous soccer players, Ashley Cole, musicians, Molly Mall, like NBA guys, all kinds of cool people on there. And what I'm doing is just, making them a custom pair of shoes that, puts a smile on their face, just like HooGie. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So we're going to take a really quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to do up a little edition of Would You Rather, the Kickasso version. It's the Mark and HooGie Show.
Let's do it.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
Adventure Mystic is Mystic, Connecticut's premier paddle sports destination, featuring bike, kayak, and paddleboard rentals, sunrise, sunset, and full moon paddle events, kayak and paddleboard lessons, tours, and private parties, paddleboards, skateboards, snowboards, and so much more. Now shipping anywhere in North America. Order online at adventuremystic.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You know you want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
SIT Strings is celebrating 40 years. We believe that great tone starts with great strings. Manufactured in Akron, Ohio, we're a small but mighty company made up of guitar players, bass players, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, country music fans, metalheads, 80s rockers, and even the occasional jam band guy. Visit us online at sitstrings.com.
The meanest beard products in the world. HooGie here, and I gotta tell you, I've been utilizing the meanest beard product in the world for some time right now. It's helped my beard come in full, luscious, and, well, what more can I say? Save 15% using the meanest beard discount code MB15MH. Find us on the web at meanbeardco.com.
Why leave the house to go shopping when you can buy from your couch? BuyFromYourCouch.com strives to give their customers unique quality products and service at the absolute best price. Choose from one of their fashionable and washable masks and keep yourself and others safe. Plus, check out their top quality shirts, bar supplies, and more. Just visit BuyFromYourCouch.com.
Conquer Rides and Rods, Canada's largest aftermarket V-twin parts retailer for Harley-Davidson and Indian motorcycles. We also carry the latest biker clothing lines and accessories. Free Canadian shipping on orders over $50. Meeting or beating all Canadian online pricing. Check out conquer.ca. That's Conquer with a K. Instagram at Conquer Rides and Rods.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You know you want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
Guitar gifts for you. A personalized guitar strap. They're embroidered, affordable, and professional looking for that electric, acoustic, classical, or even bass guitar player. All guitar straps sold are genuine Levy's products. And they're all fully adjustable. GuitarGiftsForYou.com. That's Guitar Gifts, the number 4, the letter U.com.
What's up? This is Tommy Vex from Bad Wolves, and you're watching the Mark and HooGie Show.
Hey, it's Mark and HooGie Show, and here we are with Kickasso joining us today on the show. And Troy, it's time for Would You Rather. So we're going to, give you two options, and you got to choose. All right, would you rather do this or would you rather do that?
Always a fun segment.
It is. We find out a lot about the people that we're chatting with this segment. Sometimes too much, unfortunately.
Yes. Sometimes people go to places you would have never thought.
Oh yeah. So
I'm gonna try to stay out of the upside down here.
Okay. All right. We'll keep this. I'll start off easy. So would you rather walk around in a pair of like really ugly shoes or no shoes at all?
I mean, ugly shoes. Yeah, I don't want to go barefooted anyway.
That's true. You never know what you're going to find and what could end up in your foot. And yeah. All right.
That's true.
I'm not pretentious about shoes.
No.
I'm like the shoe guy, but you'll find me in a pair of white or black shoes most of the time. It's like they might be expensive, high dollar shoes, but you'd never know it. They're
right.
Just plain.
Awesome. So would you rather go skinny dipping with your classmates or skinny dipping with a random stranger?
Classmates. Yeah. Have fun. Well,
sure.
You know what I mean?
You don't know what stranger you're going to get. So at least you know who you used to hang out with.
It could be, it could end up weird.
Yeah.
Or it could end up amazing though. Right? You never know.
That's true.
It's the risk you're willing to take. Yeah.
Depends on what she looks like.
Or he, if you get.
Would you rather read minds or predict the future?
Ooh. That would make you think. I would say predict the future because you'd be able to kind of stop bad things from happening.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. I guess you could do that with reading minds too, but I think predicting the future would be more beneficial than reading minds.
Nice. Could be more lucrative.
Yeah, that too. Lottery numbers.
Lottery, sports, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely want to read the future. Yeah. Good point.
So, okay, if you could only pick one, would you rather give up your love life or give up your work life?
Work life, because love is way more valuable than work.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, hands down, no question.
All right. What would you do? She's tuning in. No. What would you do for work then?
Make love. I mean, of course.
All righty.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get paid for it. Why
not? Would you rather have eyes that record everything, but no sound, just video, or ears that record every sound, but obviously no video that way.
Eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, an artist, so I'm a visual kind of person. Yeah, gotta be. Yeah, you can't hear a painting, but you can see it. My music painting.
True.
Yep.
Alrighty, last would you rather question is, would you rather walk around with mud on your shoe or a pebble inside your shoe?
Mud on my shoe. Yeah, pebble.
Okay.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you could just take the shoe off and remove the pebble. You can step in a mud puddle. I don't know.
Yeah. And you never know if it's mud or something else.
That's true.
You know,
Could be a pile of shit, but
there's been times I've thought, oh, it's just mud. And then, oh, no, that ain't mud. Nope.
it
And
hasn't rained in a while.
yeah.
The worst is if you have your shoe off and then you step in the mud.
Oh, why
Yes.
you take the pebble out? You step in mud? Man, that's a bad day.
Or shit.
Or
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
That
bad day.
happened to my wife the other day. The dog brought some mud into the house, and that was not pleasant. That
Dude,
was not pleasant at all.
I must say it's happened to me once or twice where I'm half asleep in the morning, come downstairs, and what the
You just
walked right in it,
flat
like
everywhere.
not even like.
Oh,
But is that the dog or is that the kids?
It's the
Playing a
kids. It's the kids. They shit on the floor.
yeah.
What's going on at HooGie's house? People are shitting all over the floor, and it's
Hey, I don't even have a dog.
I don't have a dog. Yeah.
all right. Well, there we go. Would you rather, the Kickasso edition? All right, coming up on the Mark and HooGie show, we're going to take some questions from you, the viewer, the listener. So it's all going to be coming up in just a couple minutes here on the Mark and HooGie show.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
Rev Amplification is committed to innovation, tone, and service. Check out the new Alpha Series, the all-new G20 and D20, as well as our great line of pedals. The plan from the start with the G-Series pedals was to recreate the tone of our amplifiers. You can pick that up in one of the 3 options, the G2, G3, and G4 pedals, and they're available today over at RevAmplification.com.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You know you want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
Prestige Guitars. We manufacture both solid and semi-hollow body electric guitars, bass guitars, and acoustics, using only the top components. Whether you're on stage, in the studio, or at home, Prestige Guitars will ensure that you sound, feel, and look the best each and every time you pick it up. Check out our new custom shop online at prestigeguitars.com.
Bestronix Pro Audio, providing high-end and durable audio cables for the professional musician. All cables are custom made to order and manufactured right in the USA using premium components. Check out our custom pedal board and rack builds. Visit best-tronics.com and don't forget to follow us on our socials.
Homegrown Boone's Bourbon, founded by American singer-songwriter Tyler Boone from the Striped Pig Distillery in Charleston, South Carolina. It's 117% proof, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% barley. True American-made bourbon, aged in brand new American white oak charred barrels. Order a bottle online today. DrinkBoonesBourbon.com. Will soon be available in Edmonton, Canada, and in Europe.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Danny Millsop. You're watching the Mark and HooGie Show. Enjoy.
Hey, it's the Mark and HooGie show, and we have Kickasso joining us today on the show. Now, we always do this segment. It's where our viewers, our listeners get to kind of submit questions. It's a nice way for, fans to actually kind of interact with the people we're chatting with. It's rare that you get to do that, especially nowadays. So, so it's kind of unique. People seem to like it. So, we'll go to our first question right now. Here you go.
Hey, I understand you've designed a lot of shoes for different musicians and athletes. Who's someone that you would like to have an opportunity to design something for, and what would it be?
That's pretty good. Who that I haven't done something for would I like to, and who would it be? Let's see.
Makes you think.
Yeah, it does. Musician or athlete?
Or it doesn't even have to be that. Maybe somebody just
anybody.
Famous or
that's even better. Let's see. God, that put me on the spot.
And we start with the easy questions first.
Right. I'm like, Donald Trump.
There you go. I actually have a funny story. I actually did something for Donald Trump a few years back. You remember when those hoverboards were popular?
Yep.
Yeah. We did one for his son, Barron.
Oh, geez.
No way.
Little did we know that shit would be different
right?
in a few years. So yeah. Oh, fudge, man. I would say maybe Messi, the soccer player, just because, soccer is like a world sport, and I think that could bring a lot of awareness to kind of what I do. So yeah, I'll pick him.
Anything special you put on that, or?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one of those things I wouldn't decide until I'm ready.
And you're in the moment.
Just
Working on, hey, what do you want? Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next question.
What's up, gentlemen? Hello from sunny Needles, desert of 115 degrees or some shit. Troy, just want to send my love. I miss you, brother. Miss you too, HooGie. Everybody, congratulations on the new show and just everything that's going on. Got a question for Troy real quick. As being one of the most innovative people I've probably ever met in my life, what's some advice you give some of us old road dogs in a world where our industry is pretty much falling apart? Where we have to rebrand ourselves and maybe find something new at a time where that's not as easy said as done. Easy done as said. There you go. That's what I meant. Love you guys.
Love you, Jake. That's one of my favorite humans in the world, man.
Love that guy.
Yeah. I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. But no, that's a great question. You guys, I feel for you guys, man. HooGie, like I just everything that's going on, like it has stopped your worlds. You know what I mean? Like what you guys do for a living, you cannot do it. And that's got to be tough. And I think about you guys all the time with that respect. But I think, kind of rebranding yourself and having something else to do, HooGie, you're doing it, man. Like you've got podcasts, putting yourself out there, the things that you love, that you've always wanted to do. Now's the time to, fucking grab that shit by the balls, man, and see what you can do with it. And to those people that maybe don't have the personalities for that, it's finding that thing that's going to make you make what you love or what you do on your regular time, which is your touring and everything. Find that one thing that you're great at and make it fun and, find a way to make a living at it, not on the road. Because, in a time like this where everybody's got to kind of tuck and roll and kind of adapt with the punches, man. You got to think outside the box for sure. Social media is big, like anyone can make money off of social media. There's a lot of stupid people out there doing dumb shit, making way more money than they deserve off of social media. If anybody can do it, I mean,
I got to agree with you, man. That's one thing. There's been it's been great. Some of the people that follow me, I've been like, pick packs and shirts and stuff like that. People have been so supportive in picking up that stuff. And, and then Mark came to me a few months ago with this idea and we sort of, it's blossomed into what we've got going on today and being able to call my friends up and getting them on the show and, just trying to be creative still, but, in a different way. outside of my normal, outside of the box.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, you're doing it. And a lot of people can kind of take your example and kind of run with it.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's go to our next question.
I love you, Jake.
How's it going, Mark and HooGie? This is Brock from SIT Strings, and I have a question for Kickasso. What is the best thing you've gotten out of painting shoes?
Best thing, that's easy. Relationships, connections. I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys if it weren't for, HooGie and the relationship that I had with, Zach from Shinedown. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, relationships and meeting really cool people. The money, everything else, that's all secondary to, building good relationships and finding out who's good people and who's not. So love it.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people do say, money isn't everything. And I think you learn that when you don't have money and the people who still stick around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at times like this, I guess, especially too, right. Where, HooGie, you know it, right? Like
when you don't have
your two friends are
when you don't have a guest list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So true.
Just putting that out there. When you don't have a guest list, who's not calling you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many pieces of shit out there. And times like this are great times to kind of figure all that out.
Yeah.
That's 100% for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't envy you guys. Fucking guest list trying to make everybody happy and jackasses like me. It's like, oh, you in town?
What are you doing?
Tattoo you in the fucking hotel.
I love the guy who hits you up like it's 3:00, doors have happening in an hour, and then they hit you up. Oh, hey, so I see you're in town.
No.
Yeah.
You've known I've been coming for how long, dumbass?
Yeah.
Like
wild hair and say, oh, let me call HooGie up.
Yeah.
Or Sparky or
Yeah.
anybody else. Jake,
Yeah.
all of them. Yeah.
Fuck all of them.
Yeah.
See, we do swear. Even Mark swears.
There
Fuck
you go.
them all.
Fuck them all. And they know who they are.
They
That's
do.
the thing.
They do. They
They
do.
know exactly who they are.
No, you won't hear from them right now, but as soon as we get back on that road.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how have you been the last 3 years while you were sitting at home?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Now we're upset. Now we're all angry.
It's the same thing with me. As soon as I realize somebody's just wanting some work done, I just
Yeah.
see you later. But
Yep.
yeah, it's like I'm more than this fucking machine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next question.
Hey, Mark and HooGie. Oh, sorry. Hey, it's Mark from Southern Ontario. Troy, we know that you have everything down pat from shoes all the way up to cars in terms of customizing. Where does it stop? Yachts? Airliners? We'd love to know. Take care.
Really pushing that merch, huh?
If you didn't know, go to the markandhoogie.com to get our merch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I got some. Well, before this whole shit went down, I am actually going to do some airliners. That's kind of my next thing,
Nice.
or what's going to be. And then the fucking everything tanked.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Like picking back up when the world kind of comes to its senses again and figures this whole thing out, where it goes from there.
What?
Yeah.
So okay, I gotta ask. So you're gonna do airliner? Who's like you're just? It's not as if you just there's one. I'm just gonna go do that. Can you say who?
Actually, I'm not able to say.
Okay.
I say that I'm going to do it, but I'm not able to say that yet because
Gotcha.
it was a new airline that was kind of coming into a market, and then this whole thing happened, like literally like slapped him in the face.
Oh, so it's not like it's like a celebrity, like it's an actual like company. Like,
oh yeah,
it's not like it's like some actor or something.
Airline company.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow.
So that's about what I could say about it. But
all right,
the whole virus and pandemic, I mean, it hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where it goes from here. So,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And our next question. Here we go.
So my question is, what is your favorite brand of shoe to modify? And what is your favorite brand that is lesser known? Mine is Butero. They're an Italian company. They make some cool sneakers and boots. This is one of my favorite pairs of shoes. So, yeah, what's your favorite brand to modify based on like the materials that they use and the designs that they have, etc.? Thanks.
So number one, I'm not going to answer that for obvious reasons. I love them all. let me work on all of your shoes. I love you, every one of you brands. Send it. But my favorite lesser known brand is my own. I have my own shoe too. So, in 2017, I dropped it December, sold like 500 pairs in pre-sold, 500 pairs, have a few pairs left. It was expensive. I didn't really make a whole lot of money on it, and I wasn't in it for the money. But I was able to kind of design my own shoe from scratch and I was able to launch it to market. So yeah, I'd say that.
Nice. All right. And one last question from Red Cup Jeff.
Hey, Melvin and HooGie. It's your old pal, Red Cup Jeff. Checking in with a question for the one and only Kickasso. I want to know, first of all, was Mort Drucker of Mad Magazine and the classic Alfred E. Newman, was he an influence on your artwork? And secondly, if you were to make a shoe for a chubby white man with a red cup, how would it look? What would you think? How do you come up with something like that? That's it for now. Looking forward to next time. As always, Red Cup Jeff, out.
Yeah, I mean, I find influences from everything, not specifically Mad Magazine, but yeah, great art is everywhere. Great colors are everywhere. Inspiration is everywhere. So that's pretty much my cliche answer, but it's the truth. Inspiration's everywhere. It's just got to find you working. You know what I mean? And Picasso said that. That's my favorite artist. I can't take the credit for that one. So what would I do for him? Those tattoos, man. That would probably be first and foremost on a red plastic looking shoe.
Yes.
That's like right off the top of my head. I'd probably throw some long hair around the back, flowing like the majestic creature that he was.
Maybe it could be like a pump so it fills up like his belly.
Oh, genius! You're hired. HooGie, you're hired. Consulted.
Depending on the time of year, it's after Thanksgiving. It's a little thicker. It's it goes through the emotions.
All right. Well, if you ever make a shoe for Red Cup Jeff, I will be a buyer as well. So
there you go.
Yeah. All right. There we go. The important questions answered today by Troy Kickasso Cole. It's the Mark and HooGie Show. We will wrap up in just a couple minutes. We'll come back with Kickasso.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
DeanBlundell.com is Canada's premier blog and podcast network. Our unique group of broadcasters, athletes, writers, and production specialists cover platforms that range from music, sports, radio and television, marketing, self-help, and even comedy. 11 podcasts, over 20 bloggers. Pure content madness. Check it out for yourself at DeanBlundell.com.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You know you want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
Hey, it's the Mark and HooGie Show, and we are back. This week's guest is Kickasso, Troy Cole. He's joining us, and a lot of customs. You can go check out his website, by the way, because he doesn't want to promote it, so I'm going to promote it for him. Kickasso.la is where you can go. But you've had to have been keeping busy, I would think, since this whole quarantine. Like, have you been able to almost get more work? Look, you sent HooGie a mask, so you clearly got time on your hands. Is it almost too much time on your hands, though? Like, at this point?
No, I mean, us introverts, man, us artists, introverts, we've been preparing for this moment. It's just like, it's time. And that's not, I don't want to make light of the whole pandemic and everybody that's hurting by any stretch. But speaking for me personally, it's given me time to, spend with my wife, the family, the animals, be able to get a lot of work done on cars, building some things, so I've actually stayed busy, believe it or not, through the whole thing, working with some projects and stuff. And, it's given us a chance to design some masks and everything like that to be, useful, in the same way, be creative. So no, it's been, I don't want to say good, for business, but the biggest changes has been basically like closing down the store and kind of moving everything home, which, that's a blessing in disguise. I get to save some money from rent and things like that. But yeah, it's, I'm actually lucky in the whole situation, being able to kind of create for a living and art that, you don't have to tour and see, people for. You can just create it and, there it is. Send it to the internet and let everybody buy it. So yeah, definitely lucky in that respect. And, I think about, HooGie and my other friends that travel the world and musicians and things like that. Being a huge musician, music fan, myself, and just kind of knowing people in the industry, I just guys are always in my thoughts for sure.
Well, very cool, man. If people haven't checked out the Kickasso Instagram page, by the way, you will spend hours literally just scrolling through. I spent hours last night doing that. So
You've got the car page now too. So
the car page. It's basically, if you just type in Kickasso on Instagram, you'll see my two pages are first. It'll be the blue check page, which is the art page, shoes, and then it'll be Kickasso. Yeah, Kickasso Rides will be the second one. You can see a lot of my artwork on cars and my custom work and kind of the stuff that I have fun with.
I tell you, you ever want to make some heads turn? Get in a car with this guy and roll into Nam.
My Cadillac, right?
Yeah. Back in January, we went for a cruise. We pulled back up to Nam, and like every dude in a black T-shirt, bad tattoo, hanging out in front of this place. It's just like, what is that? It was nice because the people at the hotel let us park it right in front, and then it turned into like everybody coming over and posing and taking photos and
It was right there in the front when I woke up too.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show. hopefully one day I'm famous and you will want to make a pair of shoes for me. That's or
that's the beautiful thing.
That's true. HooGie got a pair. So you proof right there. You do not need to be famous.
Infamous.
Yes.
Yeah, infamous. That's all you have to be.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, dude. And there you go. Check out the website. Again, it is Kickasso.la. And if you got Amazon Prime, you can check out KickassoTV as well.
Yeah.
So there we go. Thanks so much, dude. We'll talk to you soon. It's the Mark and HooGie Show.
The Mark and HooGie Show. Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.